What up, humans? Karumi here, and welcome to the Mobile Legends Bootcamp. In this video, we are going to talk about the fighter, Aldous. Aldous has buff, stun, blink, immunity, and burst skills. Our contractor, Aldous, is a fighter hero. I consider Aldous as a dangerous hero since he can almost one-hit a hero with his first skill. He can also use his ultimate skill to directly target an enemy anywhere in the map. Let me share some tips and tricks on how to use Aldous based on my experience. I will also teach you some combos and techniques on the latter part of this bootcamp. But before that, let me explain his skills one by one for further understanding. Aldous' passive grants him a shield that absorbs damage under a certain condition. Each time he does basic attacks, he gains stacks for his passive. He can gain a maximum of 2 stacks, but it resets back to 0 when he does a basic attack after having 2 stacks. The amount of damage absorbed by the shield depends on the next damage dealt when he has 2 stacks of passive. 100% of that attack will be the amount of shield he will receive. The shield lasts for 3 seconds. After the shield is granted, there will be a 3 seconds cooldown before the passive works again. Practicing the right timing with his passive and first skill will be the key to his durability. So make sure to use your first skill when your passive has already 2 stacks. Aldous' first skill, Soul Steal, buffs his next basic attack. After using Soul Steal, his next basic attack will make him leap towards the enemy for a short distance. Aldous gains permanent charges for Soul Steal every time you kill an enemy hero, minions, or monsters. Each charge increases the Soul Steal's additional damage by 25 points. When Aldous kills an enemy hero with Soul Steal, he gains 4 charges. On the other hand, he gains 1 charge when killing minions or jungle monsters. When Aldous attacks minions or monsters, the additional damage on his next basic attack is raised by 300%, or 3 times. In terms of durability, stun, and mobility, Aldous' second skill, Explosion, might help you on that. After clicking on Explosion, he is granted immunity to basic attacks for a short duration. He also reduces the damage received from other forms of attack by 50% during the duration. Not only that, he is also granted additional speed. After 1 second, you can manually click on Explosion to stun and deal damage to surrounding enemies. In addition, it will also be automatically activated after a few moments even without manually clicking it. Aldous' ultimate skill, Chase Fate, transforms him into a projectile that targets an enemy hero anywhere in the map. Upon clicking this skill, Aldous gains the ability to see the positions of all the enemy heroes for 5 seconds. He can use this skill again during the duration to target an enemy hero. A chosen enemy hero has his position shown in the map and is now the target of Aldous. Aldous becomes a projectile that charges towards the enemy. Upon hitting the target, he deals damage and causes a knockback effect to the enemy. While in projectile mode, he can cancel this ability and stop charging towards the enemy. The cooldown is now increased even when the skill is cancelled. Also take note that around the enemy icon on his ultimate skill, there is a green circle which indicates their current health points.
You're looking a little lost.
So many items that you can buy for Aldous. In my opinion, you can consider magic shoes or demon shoes for Aldous. Magic shoes grants skill cooldown reduction and additional move speed. It can help you cast more of your Soul Steal because of the cooldown reduction. On the other hand, demon shoes provides mana regeneration and additional movement speed. It can provide more mana for Aldous since his priority is to last hit enemies with Soul Steel. With Demon Shoes, you don't need to worry about his mana in the long run. Buying attack items, such as Endless Battle, can boost your damage effectively. This item gives you additional physical attack, health, mana regen, lifesteal, movement speed, and cooldown reduction. Its unique passive grants you additional true damage on your next basic attack after using a skill. Triggering the passive of this skill also grants you additional movement speed. Given that his first skill has low cooldown, this item is the best pick for Aldous. I can also suggest items, such as Blade of Despair for additional physical attack and additional move speed. Blade of Despair's unique passive grants additional damage if the enemy being attacked has health lower than 50%. This can be a good match with his first skill. Buying Berserker's Fury is also recommended. This item gives him additional physical attack, critical chance, and critical damage. He can deal critical damage while buffed with Soul Steel. Items such as Bloodlust Axe can also be considered because it provides additional physical attack, cooldown reduction, and Spell Vamp. Spell Vamp can greatly increase your survivability. Aldous deals burst damage, so this item is helpful for your survival during team fights. You can also consider Blade of the Seven Seas to deal additional damage on your basic attacks. Blade of the Seven Seas lowers the target's physical defense when using skills. This is a great combination with his first skill as well. You might also want to consider Corrosion Scythe to slow down your target. Each basic attack to an enemy gives you a 50% chance on slowing them by 40%. This grants additional physical attack, movement speed, and attack speed. The items built for Aldous really depends on the enemy's lineup. So make sure to read each item's description so you can adapt in-game.
Legendary.
One of the best spells to be used on Aldous is Petrify. You can use it to stun the surrounding enemies during combat. This is a good spell for Aldous since he fights in melee combat. You can basically use Petrify after hitting the enemy with your ultimate. You can also use Retribution to farm faster, and also use it to slow enemies when you have the specific jungle item for it. In my opinion, the best emblem set to be used is the Custom Assassin Emblem set. Custom Assassin Emblem could provide extra stats according to your needs as a fighter. Set agility to its max level because it can give you extra move speed. Higher move speed will give you higher mobility to either escape or chase enemies. Setting invasion to max level will provide additional physical penetration on your skills. Higher physical penetration deals more physical damage to enemies. That means your skills and basic attacks will be more explosive during team fights. Get Bounty Hunter to gain extra gold upon killing an enemy. Aldous can basically kill marksmen and mage easily. With Bounty Hunter, he can easily gain additional gold. For me, it's the best thing to get since Aldous can kill enemies easily, which will make him richer. Set Soul Steel to max level first. Prioritizing Soul Steel makes its cooldown lower and its base damage higher. That means you can deal more damage and you can use the skill more often. Prioritize Explosion less since Soul Steel is the skill you need to deal burst damage. Always upgrade his ultimate skill when available for upgrading. You can either start with the jungle or one of the lanes. What's important is to take the last hit on enemies, monsters, and minions while buffed with Soul Steel to gain charges.
An ally has been
Having more charges definitely means more damage dealt with Soul Steel.
legendary. Double kill.
Always get the right timing on using Soul Steel with the passive skill. This can grant you a shield that can absorb a massive amount of damage. Timing it properly can make you durable during team fights. You can use Explosion Speed Boost to either chase enemies or escape death. The good thing about this skill is that it also grants you immunity against basic attacks. It also reduces other damage aside from basic attacks by 50%. So basically, Aldous has a greater chance to escape death with his second skill. You can use his ultimate skill to grant vision for your allies on the enemy's whereabouts.
Has been slain.
This skill can also be helpful if your team is trying to kill the marksman of the enemy team. You can just directly target the marksman with this skill and deal a deadly combo, killing the marksman in no time.
Killing spree.
The only thing about his ultimate is, The enemy could see if Aldous uses his skill and if he is the target of his ultimate. You can also use his ultimate skill to escape death. Usually, I follow a combo for Aldous. In terms of combo with his ultimate, use his ultimate first and aim for the best target to kill. After hitting the target enemy, use explosion to boost your speed and grant you immunity. This will start the 1-second count to activate the stun effect of explosion. While waiting for the stun effect to be available, use Soul Steal and attack the target enemy. You can either manually activate the stun effect of explosion, or wait for it to be activated automatically. The stun from explosion will give you enough time to deal multiple attacks to the enemy. With your empowered Soul Steal, the enemy doesn't stand a chance against your skills. In terms of combo without his ultimate, the exact same combo can be used. I don't suggest being too aggressive if your enemies have crowd control skills. Aldous is not durable when disabled by enemies. Being disabled means you cannot cast your second skill for immunity. You cannot also gain a shield with your passive when you are disabled. So make sure your enemies have used their crowd control skills already before jumping into battle.
You have slain an enemy.
The tips I mentioned are just some of the ways you can use Aldous. This video just guides you on how to use Aldous the Kurumi way. So, once again, this is Kurumi and that's how you use Aldous. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like and share this video. Also subscribe to my channel for more contents by clicking on the subscribe button below. Cheers.